After the first quarter of an NBA game, one of the Philadelphia 76ers cheerleaders was surprised by her boyfriend in a beautiful homecoming moment in which she didn't even know he was in the country.
Know that he was in the United States, so needless to say, it was a big surprise. Hats off to the 76ers organization.
A probably very scary and anxiety-filled moment for a train passenger happened when he misstepped and got his leg stuck in the gap, and in a very touching humanity moment, everyone got out of the train to help him by pushing the train for him to be able to squeeze his leg out. Even though mountain goats are not the friendliest animals, when a cyclist noticed that a goat got his horn wrapped around a tree, he took the risk and decided to help the animal, and it was awesome to see when the goat finally managed to get free. Even though some people find bees to be scary, they usually never sting for no reason. When a Redditor found a tired bumblebee, she decided to give the bee some lavender, and it's amazing to watch the bee in action. During a football match in Houston, footballer Rachel Daly suddenly collapsed from what seemed to be a heat stroke, and all her teammates and even the opposite team went immediately to check on her, which was a very beautiful moment of sportsmanship and humanity. At the 2015 Rugby World Cup Finals, a young fan tried running towards his idol Sonny Bill Williams and got tackled by the security just a few feet away from him. And well, in a very kind gesture, Sonny decided to stop the security and give the fan his medal. When a DHL delivery guy went to deliver a package, he noticed that another package was delivered and left it in the open, which can be at risk of someone seeing it and stealing it, so he decided to hide the other package as well. During probably one of the most wholesome moments that happened at a concert, a daughter signs for her hearing-impaired father so he can enjoy the music too. A beautiful moment to watch was when two high schoolers decided to give some clothes away to a classmate who was made fun of due to what he wears to school.
They surprised him with a new pair of shoes, a shirt, and belt. Todd had been bullied at school because of his clothes. Well, the video of their heartwarming gesture has been viewed more than 15 million times.
And well, the video of the generous act from the high schoolers went extremely viral, and they were invited to The Ellen Show, in which all three of them were surprised by none other than Will Smith himself. Filming crews are usually just ordered to capture wildlife without intervening, but when they saw a group of trapped penguins that could make their way up the hill back to their colony, BBC's Dynasty's crew couldn't resist and digged a path for them to go up and survive.
They realize that they may be able to save at least some of them.
So hopefully they'll just make their way back to the colony, and them and their chicks will have a much better chance of survival, because there's no chance they were going to survive down there at all.
When a fighter was clearly winning the MMA match in the octagon, his opponent didn't even seem to be defending or reacting properly, and the referee wasn't stopping the match. And that's when the fighter decided to just tap out himself to avoid causing serious injury to his opponent.
Panteco, who's just teeing off, he's the guy delivering the beating. And he keeps it going, and then he backs off and taps out.
When an undocumented immigrant who decided to go to France for a better life was walking down the streets of Paris, he saw a child about to fall from the balcony, and without hesitation climbed up to the 4th floor of the building to help him out. Everyone was so touched about the video that even the president of France saw it and offered him French citizenship for his exceptional actions. An amazing moment to watch was when footballer Neymar made a referee's day when he posed with him for a few pictures, and you can see it totally made the ref's day. An amazing gesture from actor Ryan Reynolds happened when a fan attempted to get a response from his idol by starting a thread called Day 1 of Tweeting Until Ryan Reynolds Answers. And well, he actually responded almost instantly by saying, "Nailed it on minute 1. Congratulations and wash your hands." When the wildfires occurred in Australia a couple months ago, many animals were left without a home. In a beautiful moment to watch, the Australian firefighter gave a thirsty koala a drink. When Belarusian tennis player Azarenka saw that her opponent twisted her ankle and was forced to forfeit the match, in a peak moment of sportsmanship and compassion, she started to console her opponent and even had a long talk with her after, telling her everything was going to be okay.
Camaraderie that exists between tennis players when one of them is hurt.
With around 3 billion people watching the World Cup that happens every 4 years, it's definitely a very big event. In the semifinals of Croatia versus England, some firefighters were watching what was about to be the winning penalty kick, but emergency called, and without hesitation they all stood up and went to rescue. Some people often don't realize how their actions affect the environment around them. When someone threw a cheese ball tub into a lake, a swimming bear got his head stuck on the tub. Luckily for the bear, Brady and Trisha Hurt spotted the struggling bear and saved his life.
Keep coming. Yes! Gotcha. Yeah, go.
We saved our little bear.
Good job, buddy.
Swim happy.
When a driver made a gap to let a truck in, it was awesome to see the truck driver flashing his lights as a thank you. When a woman who was in a bad economic situation and had to sell a ring her mother gave to her for money, the jeweler noticed that the woman was bummed about having to sell it. So the salesman gave her the money for the ring and gave her the ring back too, and the woman and her kids were in complete disbelief. An amazing picture to watch is when FSU football player Travis Rundolph spotted one of the kids sitting alone during his visit to a middle school, and that's when Rundolph decided to sit next to him. And the next day, the mother wrote him a letter explaining that her kid has autism and doesn't have many friends, so it made her kid's day.
This is one day I didn't have to worry if my sweet boy ate lunch alone, because he sat across from someone who was a hero in many eyes. At school today, all the kids wanted to have lunch with Bo.
I'm a super.
When a pregnant woman suddenly went into labor, the husband tried to stop some cars with no success, until a kind person stopped and helped him carry her into his car and drove the couple to the hospital. An amazing moment to watch was when a couple missed their garbage pickup time, and the sanitation worker actually went out of his way to take it to the area for the truck to pick it up. And the next time he passed, the couple gave him a $50 gift card as a thank you. When Amanda Skeels was in the beach in Florida, she managed to capture on camera an incredible act of kindness of two men risking themselves in order to save a shark who seemed to be stuck on the shore and couldn't get back to the water.
There you go.
At the peak of his career, Mike Tyson, also known as Iron Mike, had a punching power equivalent to dropping a 200-pound anvil from 5 feet high. So when he landed a right hand on his opponent, he immediately went to see if his opponent was okay, before celebrating the win. In a very heartwarming moment, a colorblind student was surprised by his teacher, who happens to also be colorblind, by lending him his glasses for him to be able to see colors for the first time. And once he put the glasses on, he immediately started to tear up from happiness.
What do you think then? Was pretty cool? That's awesome. Hey, come here.
When this woman wakes up every morning, she goes outside to wave to the school bus that passes by every day. So the bus driver and the kids decided to do something special for the lady's birthday, and her reaction was priceless.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. I hope it is.